I was just gonna jump into the video without introducing myself, but since it's my first video, I wanted to say hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jess, and I plan on making personal finance content weekly so you can take control of your money, because money is fun and money is exciting and we have to live with money and use it every single day. So we might as well manage it the best way we can. I know a lot of people are stressed when it comes to budgeting. I know a lot of people are scared to make a budget. And I'm not going to be talking about specific budgeting methods. There's tons of ways to make a budget, and I'll definitely discuss that in a future video. But right now, I just want to get you to make a budget if you don't have one. And if you do, that's awesome. And I'm so glad you do. But if you don't, I want you to understand that whether or not you have a budget, you're spending money monthly. So putting it down on a piece of paper in an app, just being able to see how much you're spending does not change the fact that you're spending the money that you're spending. If you're scared to do that, that means that you either think you're overspending or you think there's not enough money. But it's important to understand your financial situation and your financial picture, because if you don't know what money's coming in, how much you're making, how much you're spending, you'll never be able to reach your financial goals. There's a lot of things that we have to keep track of in our lives. And budgeting is something that you can do and kind of set it and forget it. If you want, you can be someone that looks at your budget more often. I like to look at my budget a lot. I'm not gonna lie about that. I do like to look at my budget, but you can just set it and forget it. Make a budget, add receipts in whenever, and just look over at the start of the month, the end of the month, and you don't have to worry about it. But it's important to know where your money is going. You are in control of your budget and your money. You choose and you prioritize what you spend in every single category. I think people are scared that if you make a budget, you're not gonna have control of your money anymore and you don't have a say anymore. But the truth is, budgeting is liberating and freeing, because you choose how much you put in a category, you choose how much you spend and prioritize towards certain things, and you can have freedom to spend in those categories. It's actually freedom. It gives you the freedom to spend. It gives you the right to say yes within that allocated fund of money that you have put in that section. It can be a little bit stressful if you see you have a budget and you don't have enough to save towards certain things, but it gives you a true financial picture of your life and reality. So then you can move forward and change your financial picture if you don't like what you see. Having a budget helps you create financial stability in your life. It helps you understand what you spend a lot of money on. And if you need to cut back and you have other priorities and goals, it helps you see, hey, I'm spending way too much on groceries. I don't want to spend that much on groceries, or I'm spending way too much on random crap that I don't need. And then you can prioritize and change that and make your money work for you. Because if you don't have a plan for your money will be planned. It will be planned, it will be spent. You're just not going to be the one that plans it, and you're not going to be the one that spends it the way you want to. Because it's very easy to go out to eat, buy something, spend on this, put that on the credit card, and get into debt. And I don't want anybody to be in debt, because it's not good. You're giving away money for free to banks that lent you that money. And knowing that you have this debt is kind of like a rain cloud on top of your head. And if you have debt, a budget is the best way to get out of debt as well. Having a budget is great because it can keep you from overspending, because you know exactly how much you should be spending in certain categories. Funny enough, sometimes for fun, I ask my husband, how much do you think we spend on groceries? Usually it's at the end of the month. And he's always way off when he guesses. It's usually way lower than what it actually is. Let's say we spend $700 and he only guesses $400, because we just can't keep all that information in our heads, and it's not something that we need to keep in our heads. So truly, you need a budget so you know exactly how much you're spending on categories, and you can cut down so you can save for the things that matter to you. And I'm not here to tell you to cut out your fun spending from your budget. If you can afford it, you can spend it. And that's the whole point of a budget, is you truly see how much you can spend and allocate towards things that matter to you. Now, I think that you should spend on things that make you happy if you have the financial means to do so. But the only way that you know you have the financial means to do so is having a budget. Having a budget helps you organize your life and makes you feel much more financially stable, even if you're not saving as much as you want to be saving at this current moment. I also wanted to mention, when you first make a budget, your numbers are going to be wonky and they're going to be off. It takes about 2-3 months to really get into budgeting and understand how much you spend on groceries or how much you spend on necessities and variable expenses and your fixed expenses. So I don't want you to be afraid if you feel like you're doing it wrong at the start, because you're not. It just takes time to understand your financial picture and understand how much you need to spend. And sometimes we underestimate things, like most likely you're not going to spend $200 in groceries a month for a family of 4, right? Or you're not going to spend $50 a month on housing. Maybe you do, that'd be nice. But my point is it will take some time to kind of finick with the numbers and see what actually works for you and the numbers that fit in your lifestyle. So I don't want you to be stressed if you feel like you're doing it wrong, because it takes time and I'm sure you're gonna do a great job. And I really hope that you decide to make a budget, because remember, it is your choice how much you budget in every single category, and it is so financially freeing to choose where your money goes and not let your money just kind of fly out of the wind and just do whatever it wants to, and me just spend here and spend there. I'm hoping that this video helped you understand why budgeting is so important and maybe made you consider making a budget. I would love to hear if you have a budget. Leave a comment down below and how long you've been budgeting for. If you have never made a budget, let me know in the comments as well. And thank you so much for watching, and stick around for more budget related content and financial content as well. Bye.